Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to get this beachy bronze look. So if you'd like to know how to get this look, please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing we want to do to get started is choose our foundation. So we want to choose a foundation that is light infusing, that's something that's going to give you a glow, because it is a beach look. So we don't want to look dull or matte at the beach, because even though you may not be going to the beach, it's good to have a bit of a glow. So you know, that's what you naturally have when you get a tan. You have a bit of a glow, and when you're hot at the beach, it's a bit of a, I guess, sweaty glow. So we'll pop some of our foundation on. Foundation that I'm using is L'Oreal Magique Lumi, and I use the shade Gold Camel. It's not a great name, is it? Gold Camel. It's DW6. So that's a great foundation, and the shade I've got is slightly darker than my skin tone. You'll see what I mean. And I choose this one today because, you know, I don't want to look pale. I find it quite hard to find an exact match for my skin, but I like that this one not only looks glowy, but it gives me a bit of bronze look already before I even really start adding colour. So I'm just going to blend that in using my beauty blender. This is from Stila, and you can get it at Mecca in Australia. So I'm really happy with that look. So now I'm going to get my concealer, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is in the shade 25. It's quite a bit lighter than my skin, but I'm just using it to brighten under my eyes a few late nights. So I do want to look well rested. Just push that into the skin, and once again it'll sheer it out a bit, so you'll get a bit of brightness, but you won't get the cakey look. So now we're going to do our eyeshadow, and I've chosen two palettes for this look. I kind of debated what palettes to use, and I've gone with the Lorac Pro 2 palette. So this is more cool shades, and you think kind of for a beachy look you'd use warm shades, but there's such beautiful shimmer and matte shades in here. So I'm going to focus on using like these brown shimmery shades, so rose, mocha, and then going into this cocoa here. And I've also got a Lancome palette, so it's actually an older palette. I don't think you'd be able to find it now. It's a Color Focus palette. But look, you just find similar shades and you just make it work for you. I don't think specifically you need to rush out and buy all these products. So the shade from this palette that I'm going to use is this one here, and it's called Lezard. Lezard, because it's French. So I'm just going to firstly get my crease brush, which is a Napoleon crease brush, and I'm going to work a transition colour into my lid. And this is the kind of look, because we're going, you know, it's a beachy look, you don't have to be too precise. You just want to get bronzed, healthy looking definition. So the first colour I'm going to use is this transition colour here. It's called Nectar. Really beautiful shade, and I'm going to work this into my crease. Okay, so that's that one in the crease, and now I'm going to get a shade on my lid. So I'm going to use just a combination of this rose shade, rosé, and then that shade from Lancome as well. So I get a little bit of that on my brush, my flat brush. It's an Artistry brush. I've had it for, I think, 10 plus years, and it's still going. It's amazing. But any flat brush will do, something that you can lay on the product with. Okay, so just pop that on your lid. Get that blending brush again. Get a bit of that nectar on it, and blend that colour that you've just put on your lid, blend it back into the crease. just so everything kind of meshes together and doesn't look like you've got one colour here, one colour here. You just make it look all seamless, like one look. That's why these fluffy brushes are just brilliant. You couldn't have enough of these. And this one I just found randomly. There was like 2 brushes there at Target, and it was ridiculously cheap, and I think they're quite expensive usually to buy. So you always keep your eye out for little finds, because that, honestly, I'm so glad I picked that up, because it's one of the best. I know everyone goes on about the MAC brushes, but yeah, I just can't afford MAC brushes, so it would be nice, and maybe one day I'll invest into some. But yeah, it's not where I like trying so many different products that I just, you know, I need to be careful what I spend my money on. So yeah, I just make all these work for me. So the next thing I'm going to do is just grab, you can grab another fluffy brush or a flat brush, just a clean brush basically, and get a lighter color and place it on your brow bone. And this is to just give you, it pushes the brow bone out a bit because it needs to be highlighted, but it also makes your eye look a bit more finished, because you don't want to look like you've got eyeshadow down here and nothing here, because you're putting foundation all over your face, you're putting eyeshadow on, you're putting lipstick on. If you have this bare and there's no product there, it's going to look unusual. So I'm going to grab that color from the Lorac palette. So that was the buff I used there. And then I'm going to go down here to this shimmer shade called Cocoa. Ooh. And get some of that on my brush, just a little bit. And I'm going to put that into my corner of my eye, just a little bit. Alright, so I'm using my Australis brow tint, and it's amazing. For the price, it is truly amazing. And I think I've just put some up there. That's alright. Now I'm going to grab an eyeliner, and I've selected one of my Rimmel eyeliners, Exaggerate, because it's waterproof. Because if you did take this look to the beach, you don't want to be, you know, and you went for a swim, you don't want your mascara and your eyeliner going everywhere, because that's not a good look for anyone. So we're just going to put a little bit on, and then we're just going to smudge it. So start on the corner of your eye, really close to the lash line. Work it in. The good thing about this pencil is it's got a smudger on the end. So grab your smudger and then press, just rub that product very carefully. You can do a little bit of a flick up at the end if you want, just a little one. And you can actually, by smudging it, make it look quite neat. Now I'm going to use my eyelash curler. And an eyelash curler is something I use every day. It's so fast, honestly. That's all I do. I've got the e.l.f. waterproof mascara. So this is actually brilliant. I don't like using waterproof mascara all the time, but for a beach look, it's essential. So. Alright, so actually I can do my lower underneath because I've done my under eye concealer. So the next thing I'm going to do is get this amazing Nutrimetics Bronze Glow. This is actually a gift from a girlfriend, and when I got it I didn't realize how much I'd end up absolutely loving this product. And I know you can still get this because I've seen it in their catalogue. So yeah, so impressed. You just pump the end and the product comes out, and it is really quite orangey, but once again, being so bronzed, naturally this is my skin color, I can take quite a bit of product. So I'm going to actually, before I do that, I might actually add in a bit of a contour. So I've got the Balm's Bahama Mama. This is a bronzer, but I just use this like a contour because it is quite a cool tone. So I just get that on my Real Techniques contour brush and find the hollows of your cheek. Don't come down too far. In line with your eyebrow is where you stop. Otherwise you're going to end up looking like you've got sideburns. And you don't want to look like you've got sideburns. You're a girl. See, and that's I mean, I do not have a very defined cheekbone, but it looks like I do. Alright, so now I'm going to add in my colour with that Nutrimetics Bronze and Glow. And I think I've already pumped the end last time I used it. So this I'm going to use I'm going to use like a bronzer, and then I will pop a little bit of colour on my cheek. So you see that's added so much colour already compared to that side. And it's a really nice touch that it's got a built-in brush. That's just awesome. And once again, you can take it up where you've contoured. You know, you imagine where the sun hits you when you have got a tan. And you know, you just keep looking at your face and, you know, making sure that you like what you see. So I'm going to use my Essence Blush Up powder. And this is actually beautiful. This is about $6, I think. And it's like a graduation of orange to pink, and it's so pigmented for the price. Seriously, I just tap my brush into it, and that's a Real Techniques multitasker. And I'm just looking to put, instead of an orange on my cheek, I just want a little bit of pink. Okay, so for the last thing, we are going to, no, second last thing, we're going to put some L'Oreal Magic Lumi, which is the same as your foundation, same kind of thing. We're going to pop that on our cheekbones. So get some on the back of your hand. Just get your ring finger, kind of rub it in a bit. I'm going to pop some up here, and this is because we want to glow. We want to look like we have just stepped out of that salty water, and we naturally look like this all the time. Okay. So, you can put some down the bridge of your nose. You can put some on the Cupid's bow here. Let's just get a little bit more of that. This stuff is such a multi-tasking product. I just love it. Put some up here on the points that you want to highlight. That's where you place highlighter. Could even put some there if I wanted to. Why not? Okay, have a look, see if you like it. I do. I still look like I've got skin showing through. I'm looking bronzy. Yeah. So I've got Max Spice, and this is an amazing lip pencil. It's just beautiful. It's like a really natural brown. So pop that on. All right, and then I've got Max Brave, and this is a gorgeous brown pink, and it's like a nude with a hint of colour. And that's it. It's very natural. And then I'm just going to have a little bit of powder just on my nose, because I do have such an oily T-zone. I will get shiny. Just a little bit. Very little bit. And that is my Beach Bronzed Glow.